Hello and welcome to ADcraft. Today I have something very special for you. Today I start a two-part video on how to make this one-to-one scale Millennium Falcon in your Minecraft world, and this includes a full and authentic interior to the films. So don't go anywhere and let's get on with the video. Here's the materials list. This will be available with all the other resources, including the world download, to members of my Discord, so check out the link in the description. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos, including part 2 of this tutorial, and also hit that like button and ding dong that notification bell. Now, because this is a very complicated build, I'm going to be building it in a slightly different way to normal. What I'm actually going to be doing is building it up one layer at a time. So each time we're going to be building one block deep for this, and then that goes up a total of 13 layers to get the completed Falcon, and that includes all of the interior. I'm also going to have to split this between two videos just because there's so much to fit in. So the phase 1 will start the build. I will also make sure that the pictures of each of the top-down views are included in the video here, as you'll see as we build this. And also on my Discord there'll be a world download, and also you'll be able to get access to those pictures themselves, so you can download all of those resources to help you build this in your world. Anyway, with all that said, let's get on with the build. It is a 2-block center, so we've got a 2x2 here for the center. The space that the overall build takes up is 41 blocks long by 30 blocks wide, so again, quite a big build. So make sure you've got enough space. If you're building this on the ground, then obviously you'll be building these elements with the feet towards the end in the second episode. If you do want to build it in the air with all of the landing legs up, then I will show you how to do that as well. So let's start. Like I say, we come into this 2-block center. The first thing we do is we go out 4 rather, and then forward 1. And then that brings us to this front foot, and so we'll start placing there. And what we're going to do is we're going to place first of all 2 junk blocks, then we're going to place upside down stairs on this, get rid of the junk blocks, place 2 sets of slabs on the ground, and then with the stone brick stairs come around either side, and that is one of the skids. And we're going to repeat that on each of them. I won't show all of them, I'll show you where the positions are for them. But so you've got 4 blocks out and 1 block forward before you start for this one, 4 blocks out, 1 block back for where you start this, and this is a double skid, so you do the same, one right behind the other. And then here, just directly in front of this is 2 blocks ahead of the first skid, but right in the middle. So I'll just show you one more time here how to build this, and then I'll go off and build all the rest of them. So this is just 2 junk blocks upside down, and then we place the slabs and finish off with the stone brick stairs. And as I say, fill those in, and then I'll come back to you. With all of the skids in place, the next thing is to start the ramp upwards. So we start this by placing 2 of these smooth stone slabs. Then we're going to place 2 junk blocks again, and then 1 half block up we're going to place the other smooth stone slabs, and then we're going to have some upside down diorite stairs, polished diorite rather, on either side like that. And then this is the first layer completed, and now to start on the second layer. So for the next layer we're going to start on the ramp, and we're going to put 2 junk blocks here, 2 more junk blocks against that, so we can place the top half of these slabs. Then we get rid of these and place the bottom half here, and then we just have some blocks on the outside here as well on the top half of these. And then I'll show you 1 skid, and then you repeat this on all the rest of them. You get 2 black stone walls, and then simply put 2 sets of iron bars around each side, and we do that on every one of these. For the next phase, what we're going to do is, again, we'll start working on the ramp, and we're going to place, again, the same thing. We're going to place our 2 sets of junk blocks. We're then going to come down and place the slabs running through here, so we've got the stairway up. Then we're also going to start working on the ramp itself. So here we are going to add in some diorite walls, and on this bottom layer we're also going to add some of the birch fences. Now moving on to the legs, and again repeat these on all of the legs. I'll just show on one. What we're going to do is get some nether brick fences and connect those up, and then some chains. The good thing about chains being that they don't actually connect up to each other, so where you've got things that do link up, you've also got things that don't link up, and then we'll do that exact same design on each of them. The final thing on this layer to do is to start putting in the parts for this, which is going to be the bottom of the turret. And so we come up to that same height that we're at here, and we come up one more block, and then what we do here is, and this is on the back side, we place an upside down stair, we place a curvy stair behind that, and then we do the same on these and take those blocks out. So there should be 2 air blocks beneath, so we'll just check that, 2 there. So that's 2 in the air, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get the warped fences, and we're going to place 1, and then shift clicking so you can place 2, 3, and there's going to be 4 of these, and those are the underneath cannons, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So just keep that, so that is now the gun done, and yeah, just repeat that step for all of the other skids. This is where it starts to get a little bit more complicated, but after this it does get easier. So this is where we map out the base layer, and after that we do just start adding layers on top of it. So the first thing we're going to do on this walkway is just finish off these pillars, and that is to add another diorite wall on top of here, and then to add another birch fence on top of these. Now we're going to just take again a junk block, so we can place that up here, and we're going to place 1 more of the polished slabs, and then do the same on the other side. And now on this side what we're going to do is actually start with the polished diorite. So we're going to place 2 polished diorite blocks here, and that is the transition into the ship itself about to start. So that's that bit. Now for each of these legs we're going to use a hopper, and we're going to click the hopper into the top of each of these. And so once we've done that once, we're going to repeat that on all of the other sides as well. Once we've placed all the hoppers in and have all of the skids done, now we're going to take some of the grey stained glass, and shift clicking onto the top of here we're going to place 4 blocks of the grey stained glass just in front of this and on top of the first set of fence gates. And alongside that we're going to take some polished diorite, and we're going to run that all the way to the back. So that gives us a 4x4 space, and now we're going to switch to some of the polished granite stairs and place upside down stairs right the way along the front here. Now I have based the colour scheme of this on the actual Millennium Falcon, but feel free to mix it up however you wish for your copy. Now coming down this side we're going to take the polished diorite stairs and go 4 here, then we're going to go 1 at the back here, then we're going to have a polished andesite, diorite, and then an andesite on the end, and then we're going to have diorite and andesite, and then 2 more diorite here to finish off this particular section of the actual build. For the front skid what we're going to do is we're going to take some of either the polished diorite, which is what I'm going to be using, shift clicking into the front of this hopper, and all the smooth stone. Now it's worth noting at this point that I'm just going to be mixing them up randomly for this diorite and the smooth stone. It doesn't matter which ones you're using, but just to give a bit of texture feel free to mix them up, because they are quite close in colour but they are slightly different in the patterns, and depending on what texture pack you're using will depend on how that looks. Anyway, moving on, we will then put some junk blocks here on top of this, and then we're going to take again a set of the slabs and place just 4 slabs and get rid of those junk blocks. So that actually should be 6, and those will come out level with the area that we've got here. Then we come out 2 slabs here to connect these up, and we come out 2 slabs here as well to bring it level. So a lot of this stuff is symmetrical, and like I say, you can just literally put these in wherever you like. I tend to use the diorite as the main one and then accent it with the smooth stone. Then we're going to take the diorite and we're going to bring the diorite level with this, and we're going to actually come out 3 blocks past, and then we're going to fill this in like so. So you've missed 1 block, so it's not quite a 3 by 3. Then here we're going to come out 1, 2, 3, 1 block past it, and then come round the corner one. And then we're going to take this again and we're going to fill these in to the same depth, bring that up level with this, so you've got the 2 blocks either side of the stairs. Come in here and bring this all the way to the back here, and then connect this up in between. And that is what we're going to do, and just flip that round and do exactly the same but mirrored on the other side first of all. The one thing on this side that, because it obviously is a non-symmetrical build, to note is when you do get to this middle section, then of course, rather than just being able to mirror it, what we're actually going to do is we're going to bring it out level here, then we're going to add the 2 extra blocks that we would have had and continue that right the way across like so. And what we're then going to do is we are going to go 1 block further forward here, and then just level with this center bit 2 more blocks there. So we've got something that looks like this, and then just carry on the rest and bring that in level like so. Next thing to do is we are literally going to bring this across, so leaving 1 gap here, we're going to bring this in 1, and we're going to bring this in 1, and then this is going to come all the way across. Get rid of that. Now level with this block here, we can place some polished granite, and we're going to place 2 of those there, and then we're going to leave 1 gap and mirror that on the other side. So again, just make sure you're mixing these in. I'll go through afterwards and mix these in. Leave 1 gap and then fill this in. Leave 1 gap and fill this in. Next we have ones that are going to bring this all the way across, but leaving 2 in the middle. So we've got these 2 holes, and then behind that we're going to come out level with these 2, come out level with these 2, and then we are going to we'll need some junk blocks, so just place these, clear that out and fill them in here. And what we'll do is we'll put in some of the crimson trapdoors here, then we're going to place some lighting of an end rod in each of these, and an end rod here and here. And lastly, what we're going to do is then bring this right the way across so it covers this up, and get some of the jungle trapdoors and on the edge here, and the edge here, and the 2 blocks here and here. We're going to place the jungle trapdoors, and that is very nearly done. The one final thing to do, another little touch, is we come here and we place a lever so it's pointing into this, and a lever so it's pointing into this. And that is now the next layer finished. Now the layers on top of this, you've got something to work on, so they do get a bit easier. For the next level, we're going to start with adding a little bit of detail. So we're going to come out here where we've got this front left hopper, and on top of that hopper we're going to place a daylight sensor like so. You can change it so it's on or off, doesn't really matter. It's not actually going to be used for anything. These are just things that are going to be hidden in a smuggling compartment. So I've just put a repeater next to that, and I'll just use a comparator. You could put any blocks in here that you wanted, as these are going to be hidden under some carpet. But you do need to put something in each of these blocks, or put string in. Otherwise, it could be chests, for example, you could put under that. Otherwise, you wouldn't have anything to place the carpet on. Now place a junk block here, and then we will place a couple of end rods just for some lighting under there as well. And that is this little bit done. Now we're going to move on to the lower walkway. For this walkway section, what we're going to do is we're going to take a polished diorite stair and we're going to leave it one block, so you've got that block and then the stair, and then behind that, just on this block that's by the gaps, we're going to put some black stone here. Now what we're then going to do is take some of the either smooth stone or the polished diorite and run that either side, right the way next to this, so it comes all the way out here. Now at this point then we are going to place the upside down stairs coming right the way out. We're going to place a fence on top of here, do the same on the other side, run these out here like so with a fence, and then on the other side of the fence you can use the fence to place against. You just place an upside down stair like that, so you could place a junk block or you could just place an upside down stair like that, and that will be the closing mechanism that we have there. Now this is where it does get simpler. All of this bit around the back and the sides, what we're just going to do is, aside from this bit that we've got here, we're literally just going to place full blocks all the way over it. So everything here that we currently have is going to be covered with full blocks. So yeah, there's that is including these fence gates and the lights there. So right the way, not fence gates, sorry, trapdoors, everything that we have that we can see here. We're not going to do the middle bit is slightly different, but around the edge, literally everything just gets covered by a layer of these blocks. So I'll do that and then I'll come back to you. Once you've filled in all of those blocks around the edge, then you've got something like this. Again, you can mix these up with the smooth stone. I haven't done that yet. We'll come through to this middle section. Now the first thing to do is fill in 2 blocks, so you should have a 2 block gap here, then come up 2 more blocks, and then getting some of the black stained glass, we're going to leave a space here, which is the further side from this black stone and this walkway, and then fill in 3 glass. Then we're just going to surround the whole thing again in, let's use the right stone, in the polished diorite right the way round. Fill all of this in, and on that one, that is going to be the ladderway that's going to give us access to this gunnery section. So we're just going to do that for now, and then we are going to get a rail, which is just a temporary thing, and we're also going to get a minecart, and we'll put the rail down here and then put the minecart on top of that, and then we'll break the rail. We may need to do that in order to do that so that the minecart doesn't move. Then we can just literally place that back in place. So that's going to be the gunnery position, so you'll be able to sit in there. What we're then going to do now that we've done that is fill this in again using the same blocks. Fill this in using the same blocks, and we're actually going to continue this and fill right the way in all of these gaps around the back and the sides here with the full blocks. We're also going to fill in this with full blocks and fill in the gaps again all the way around. So right the way as high as this. We're also going to put some full blocks on here and bring this back and connect up and fill in all of this section too. So yeah, this is more of a grueling task in terms of just filling stuff in, but as the layers come, you'll start to see things turn a bit more into a Millennium Falcon shape. And the next thing we're going to do is look at this walkway here. So basically where we've got this hole, we're going to recreate that there. So we're going to come out 4 blocks, and what we're going to do is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and double that up. That's 5. And then we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 with upside down stairs. So we've got this, and this is the same as it would be on this side. So then we'll have the same number of stairs. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stairs, and we've got this here. Now actually on this side it is a 5th stair, so I was right to start with. just because the mechanism would have been in this side, but obviously it's an asymmetric build. So we've got that there, and now we've got this first bit. The next thing that we're going to do is to fill in this back section. So we come in between these and we fill right the way in. So we've just got a flat section here, but then we're not quite done. We then come out 4 blocks here, and the next stage is to get our polished diorite stairs and place those all the way across to here, not the corner block, but then all the way round. And we are actually going to then bend these all the way around the back here as well, right the way through to the edge, and then again not the corner block, and bring that all the way to the corner here. Then we are just going to take some of these slabs and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2 there. And we're going to repeat the same on the other side. So we come out 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2 there. Next, what we do is we take the stairs again and we bring them 1, 2, 3, 4 across here. We come in 1 here, and then we just have these 2. So where we were above that bottom section, we bring that in with the stairs all the way around to do the same on the other side. So those 2. And then at the side, we place the stairs right the way through to this part. And then mirroring what we've done on the other side, we come out 4 with the slabs and the 2 here. Now with these, it's worth noting, obviously, as you'll see, the pictures are color coded to make it a little bit easier to know which blocks go where. So the lime green concrete in the pictures is the diorite, then the purple is the stairs, the upside down stairs, and then the slabs are just the same as they would be on there. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to come out by 2 and then 3 to create this kind of a triangular looking point, and then we're going to come to the front, we're going to come out 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out to the front there. And now we're going to take some stairs and we're going to place those stairs along this side, right the way to the edge, but not including that last one. And then stairs on the way back here as well, like so. And now we're going to look at the slabs, and we're going to bring the slabs in from this right the way up level with this. So we're going to bring these out and bring it across so it's level with these stairs here on this side. Then we're going to come in 1 for the corner of the stair here, 1 for the corner of the stair here, and then we've got just a 2 here. So we've got this, so it comes in and then comes out again, and we'll do the same on the other side. So we bring that out level with these stairs. Then we've got 1 here, and then we'll bring this in an L shape here. The final thing on the front is to make sure that you've just got some more slabs on here. So these go just along and around the front like so. Now on this, obviously I haven't used I've just used the right blocks, but yeah, just make sure with the colours that you have got the right blocks in the right places. And that's this section finished. This stage is one where the build really starts to come together and look like the Millennium Falcon. So the first thing that we're going to do is count back 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then place a bottom slab on this. And we're going to take that out and round the front, right the way round and past, and bring that back all the way level here. So this then shows where the front of the ship itself is going to be, and the main bit of the cabin itself as well. So then once we've got that, we then take some of the polished diorite and place it there and there, and we then build that out 3 on each side. 2, 3, 2, 3. Now behind that we come in 1, leaving this as a 4 wide gap, and we come out 4 in total, brings us level with this bit of floor. And again, using the bottom slabs, we leaving that there, we just fill this in for 2 wide. And again, check out the color coding that we've got on the picture. Obviously there will be a link in the description for all of these pictures that will show you the step-by-step as well. But yeah, we'll come out here with these, and then we come out on this back one, 2 more on this side, and then we come down 1 more here, which leaves a gap there. And on the other side, we do something slightly different. So where we've come level with this, then we go out 1, and then we come back 2 for a total of 4, and then bring this one in line with that, and then we just bring these 2 out here. So that is then part of the front section that we've got put in place. Behind that, we get some of the andesite, the polished diorite rather, and what we need to do here is come level with this gap and bring it out here so it is level like so, and then we leave 3 blocks, fill this in around like this, and we also then bring this across so it's level, and we go to the other side and we also bring this out on this side. So what we've got there is we've got the same, basically it fills in the same shape, and bring this down here like so. And with this we just continue this wall all the way across, and we'll come back to this section in a moment. Actually we'll do that now. We just then go with 2 blocks there, 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, and then 1 block here, and an offset block just there. So we've got this strange shape. Again, refer to the diagram if you need to. Where we've also brought this back, and this is now level here, we need to come a block there because we're going to put a double chest here in a second, and we come level with this. So this has gone out 1 and round. This we take out 1 again, and then another 1, and then we go out. So that should be 2 blocks there. That should be 2 blocks there and 3 blocks there, in fact. And then lastly, we take this one out for a total of 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is actually where it starts to connect up to the cockpit. And what we then do is again bring that 1 further back and bring this out level and across 1 extra. We bring this back 1 and fill this in as far as the edge here, and then we have this 1 block just to fill this gap in. And that is this particular portion that we'll now work on the other side. So where we've brought that level here, we've come out those 2 blocks. At this side we also come out 1 block, and then we come out 2, and then we come out from here 3 blocks in total. So we've got 2 just before, oh sorry, no, that's a chest there, so that should be a block here. There's a chest there, and this should be on the 1 lower, so that just should be here. And yep, so again this comes down 1, 2, and then we come out 2 and bring this across. Oh, if I can place the blocks in the right place. And so this should be 4, and then this should be 4 as well. And then this is where we again connect up with the shape that we've got here. So we bring this out the 2, and we bring this across, and we bring this out 1, like so. And then that brings us level on this particular side as well. Now we're going to add the iconic shape to the front of the Falcon here, but first what we're going to do is place some trapdoors here. So we're going to place 2 trapdoors there, and then we're going to place 2 trapdoors here. So we've got some birch trapdoors and then some iron trapdoors, and we've got a lever on each side that we're going to place, and when we flick this lever it brings both of those trapdoors up to give like a little air pocket in here. Next we are going to take the iron trapdoors on the sides and bring these right the way out level with the end. And do that like so. And in front of those we're going to take now the polished diorite slabs, and we're going to come out 5. 3, 4, 5 on both sides. And then we're going to curl round this, leaving a little gap there, like so. And once we've done that, we're literally just going to bring this all the way back. And do that again on the other side. Next we're going to again do the same on both sides, but we've got 3 blocks here. We're going to come out 1, and then we're going to come back 2, so we've got a total in 3. Then we're going to come out 2, so this bit is 4 that is level with the front. We're going to leave 1 gap here and come round, and then again bring that out 3, and then this one's going to come out a total of 4. And then as this one is as well. Now we've got a 2 and then a gap and then 2 more. And then this comes out all the way for 5. This one comes out again for 5, so this goes an extra 1 past. And then we fill this bit in as well. And then last but not least, we bring this round for the last 2 blocks here. So as you can see, we've got then that shape that goes up 2, 2, 2, 3, and then 3, and then 3 at the end. And again, we flip that over and do exactly the same thing on the other side. With those front fronds done, we can see that it looks a lot more Millennium Falcon like now. So the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to start working just on down this side here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to take this and place an upside down stair here in this corner to bring us out level. And then we're going to go out with the diorite slabs by 3, so 1 past this edge bit. We're going to go 1, 2 here, 2 again, and then just 1 and 1. So we've got a full block, and then it curves round and takes us to this corner. Then on this edge level with this, we've got 4 full blocks that we're going to place along the side here. Now this is then going to become an edge, so what we're going to do is we're going to place a stair that way, a stair that way, and then an upside down stair against each of those, and this is one of the little airlocks that we have at the side. So we're going to stop there on that side and move back across to the other side. Now with some polished blackstone, we're going to come to this intersection here, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is going to be the flooring in the cockpit itself, and underneath those we're going to place iron trapdoors on them. That's just to cover up the black from underneath. Next we're going to take our polished diorite stairs, and we're going to place them right the way along here. We're going to place them all the way around the front and right the way back down the side into this gap, and they're all upside down stairs. And then the last thing that we're going to do on that bit is just come along here with an extra piece there. Now on this we've got this piece here. What we are going to then do is we're going to add in some of the slabs, and these ones are going to be the top slabs, and we're going to bring that out level. I'm going to have 3 here again on this side. Now this is a bit more tricky because again we will need a block to place against, but these ones are going to be 2 bottom sides, and we can break that block then. And in fact, I said that we could break the block, but we do need to place that block in fact there. So yeah, that brings that into the same area. Now we do exactly what we did on the other side. So we place this as a stair here, and then against this stair we come across 2, 3, 4. So again, we've got the same shape that we had there, but obviously this one's got an open doorway, and then we just place in the stairs for this section up there, and then up against this stairway on both sides there. And that's the basic walls for the front section there. What we can then do is there's a wall that is going to come all the way in to this, and it's going to be level with this stair, just before this stair rather. So this stair comes up and we're going to stop that at that point. Then we're just going to do the same on the other side here as well. To build out this back section, we are then going to put the upside down stair to be the same as we had on the other side. Then we're going to come in with the 2 blocks so that we line up with this. We're going to come in 2 more blocks here, and then this is going to bring us out there. So we've got 4 blocks at this line, 3 blocks next to it. We've then got a section of 4 here to bring us in at this point, and then with this one we come across 4 and we build this in 2. So this is going to be one of the interior rooms that we're looking at there. Then we've got 3 that come across here, and then we literally just carry on bringing everything in line with the edge of this, but we don't cover in these corner bits, so we leave these just so they are like this. And then once we've done that, we'll just start on the other side, bring on again the upside down stair, and we'll go through the 2 that are here, and then we come out 4 total here with 2 more, and then 2 there as well. And then this is when we start to come in, and again this then connects up like so. Now once we've got this 4, then this one becomes a 3, and then we've got a little gap in here where we've got some space. And yeah, that is the outline of the wall layout, and as you can see, it very much looks much more like the Millennium Falcon now. Now we've just got some of the slabs to place around the edge. So here we come out with the 3 slabs, and again I'm just using all the diorite, but do go round with both the full blocks and the slabs to make sure that you've put in some smooth stone as well. And yeah, then we come out an extra 1 here, then 2 and 2, then 2 more there, 2 more here. On this block we actually place a full block there, and then we run 4 of these right the way across. 1, 2, wrong one. 4 of these right the way across. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is actually meant to be 1 inside. There we go. And what we then do is we come in 1, and this carries right the way across, all the way to the other side, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we go 5 past the edge. Again, if I can place, with the 5th one being that full block. Basically we repeat exactly what we did on the other side here. So we come out 3 blocks, then we come out 2 and 2. So we've got that design, and then we've got a 4, and then 2, and then also 2, and then here we go with the last 2. So that then links all the way up, right the way around, and I haven't carried that on quite far enough, so that we do bring that in level with this here. So there's 2 blocks running out past the edge. Behind that, we go to the middle of the build and put in 4 slabs, and these are all the top slabs. We have 1 polished diorite either side of that, and then we have a slab just at the edge either side. And that now is, as you can see, the finished shape. So now we've just got to add in some of the interior, the other bits of the interior walls and some of the decor, and then that's this stage done. To create the interior, the first thing we're going to do is create a black stone walkway all the way around. So we've got a stair down from this block, then we come across 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we come in 1, and then we come across 3 more, 1, 2, 3, and we go up 1 here. Then we also take this down, leaving that corner block, and then bring this across 4, and then we have this little bit going in here. So this is going to take us to that ladder. Next we have a line that comes right the way down here on top of this. Once we get level with this staircase, then we actually come out 3 blocks this way, then we have 2, and then we come out 3 more here. We come out 3 more, and then we go up 2. Put it in the right place. There we go. And then we come out 3 further blocks. Now we come around a corner just there, and then this side we turn around. We go up 2, and then we have a double section. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have 4 just in this section here, and we might as well fill these in with the daylight sensors, switch those all off. And the final bit of black stone we've got coming up here is 3 long, just going and leading us into this room. So that shows you the main walkways that we're going to have, and we'll just now surround some of those with some of the other blocks. Now we've got the black stone in, the next thing to add in is some birch planks. So we're going to start with 2 birch planks, 1 either side of the black stone walkway here. We're going to come in this gap and come across 4. So we've got a line of 4 here. Then in this area we have 2. And then we have 1 just at this end here. Now when we bring ourselves in, we've got the edge here, and we have 4. Sorry, that's 1 too many. 4 from here across. So we've got the 4 there. We'll also bring 1 just in that shape, so we've got a little elongated T shape. The next place is we're going to place 1 here and come across and place it above there and place 1 round like so. Moving across to this section, we are going to come across with 4 of the birch planks there in that gap. And what we're doing is basically we're leaving 1 gap because we're going to put some stairs in a second. We're then also going to come across 3 more from this. So again, we've got this little walkway going round. And the last things that we are going to do are actually to place 1 of them just offset here. And then we are going to come round to this section and go 1, 2, 3, 4 across that way, and then bring this into the center. And once we get to the center, we're going to leave a 2 gap, and then we're going to carry this on for another couple of blocks. And that then is all of the birch planks that we're going to be using. Next we've got some polished diorite, and there's not much of this polished diorite that's going in, but there is 1 piece here, 1 piece here, and then another piece just connecting this to. And what we'll then do is add in the ladder. We're also going to add in the chests at this point, so we can add in a double chest here, come around to this side, we're going to add in a chest here, we're going to add in a chest here, and last but not least, these ones aren't chests, we're going to add some shulker boxes that are going to be placed against the wall so they can open outwards towards us on this side, and 2 more on this side as well. Now onto the birch stairs. So we come out from this side, so where we've got the daylight sensors, and we bring the birch stairs all the way around, making sure that they do connect up to give us the nice corners that we've got going around there. We also bring this right the way across and bring it round this corner. And what we do here is we actually bring it one past, but we don't want to curve that off. We want that to be the flat side. Then on this, we come one block round. So we've got the entranceway there, and we just bring this all the way around here up until this point. And then for this bit, we only have two. So we're going to put something else there, and we're going to put something else there at the moment. In a moment, but yeah, we put this in place and then come across here and go round. So basically anywhere that we've got these corners, we're going to be filling them in, bringing all of this round as well, so it all connects up, and then bringing it right the way around there and bring this all the way across. And very shortly, once we've done these last couple of blocks, this actually goes all the way past this doorway. So this is going to be the entranceway into the engineering section, like the hyperdrive. And we're going to bring this round and right the way up until this wall. So this is the sleeping quarters. So now you can see a much more sensible and better layout for the interior. And yeah, we'll move on to the next stage. We're going to place 2 polished diorite here, and then we're going to place 4 of the slabs across here. Next, we are going to come in and we're going to place 2 upside down polished black stone bricks stairs, because that's going to be a little console. And we're also going to get some light into this area, so we're going to place 1 there and 1 in that little alcove that we placed in terms of the sea lanterns. Next, we're just going to put a hopper here. Now that's actually going to become a seat, but it looks like a hopper at the moment. And we're also going to come over to this side and do a similar thing with the black stone stairs, where we place 2 there, and this time we're going to place the hopper just in front of it on this side. So sorry, we're going to actually leave a, yeah, that's right, just place that there. Now we're actually going to carpet this area. So we've got some grey carpet and we've got some black carpet. This little hidden bit, we're actually going to shift click and place on top the black carpet. And we're going to come across 1 and we're going to place some more black carpet just there. Then we've got a lodestone that we're going to place in this corner just next to that, and we've got another lodestone that we're going to place in the corner just opposite there. We're going to take the grey carpet then, not on this block but on the next set of blocks across, and we're going to bring that in for the 3. Then we're going to come right the way across, and bear in mind, if you are putting, this is the cargo section, so if you are putting anything in this section, you can just pull up the carpet and put whatever you're going to put in there later, or fill it all in at the moment. And then yeah, I'm going to put some shulker boxes and things in there later anyway. But we'll just bring the carpet right the way round, connecting all the way up, and then we're going to bring it 1 past this. We're going to come inside 1, then we're going to cross 2 and bring it right the way up to the staircase, to the black stone there, and then fill in this section as well. So that's how the carpet's going to look for this section. These are going to have things in that, apart from that one, which we can just fill in. And yeah, that is the carpet done for this section as well. The last 2 things to do on this level are, we're going to put a smithing table in the gap that we've left just there. We're going to place a hopper here, which is going to become another seat. And then, speaking of seating, the very famous curly sofa section that goes around here is going to happen like so. And then we've got an andesite wall that we're going to put the tabletop on in a second. And yeah, that is now everything done on this layer, and on to the next. We're going to start the next stage at the back, and we're going to do this by placing some of the polished basalt all the way across here, and then right the way through and just in behind this. So we bring it up to and level with this area here. Next, we're going to take some sea lanterns and we're going to add some further lighting on there and on these, but also these are going to become the back of the ship. And actually that basalt does, I think, need to go one more. Yes, it does. And so what we're going to do is place the sea lanterns here and right the way across, and these are going to become the hyperdrive basically, and then we go across 2 here and then 1 and 1 again, and that should then line up perfectly, which it does. Outside of these we are going to be placing some of the warped fences, and this is just going to go all the way around here, connecting up to those sea lanterns, which will give that grid pattern that you get in the Millennium Falcon itself. Now we're going to place some more lighting, and we've got some sea lanterns that are going to go on this spot there and there, and that is it for this section. We're just going to now move to doing some work at the front. So the first thing we're going to do at the front is we are going to place some end rods in these gaps that we've left. Next thing is to get some of these stairs out, and the stairs themselves are going to be pointing into the middle of the ship. You've got 3 stairs on either side and 1 in the middle, just like that. And then in behind the stairs we've got some polished diorite on these 2 sides. Next we've got a sea lantern, and this is what's going to give us the, when you look through the front, the search beam lights that you've got there, and so we've got that at both sides. On the inside of that we are going to start placing some walls, so we're going to place 3 walls on each side like so, and then some of the polished diorite again, and we're going to place an inverted T shape. And what we're going to do in that block I'll show you in a second. I'll just finish off the other side first. So there we go, and then we've got that inverted T, and we can bring that down past this block. On the outside of that we're also going to place in a couple of walls and leave a gap, and then we're going to place in a couple more walls on this side and do the same on the other side. 2 walls, then a gap, and then leave 2 walls here. For both the sides we're going to carry on with the polished diorite for now and bring these out level with this, so we come to each of these corners. Again, leave this hole, but we can go and surround that entire thing in the polished diorite, not going on top of these iron trapdoors, but taking it as far as and level with this section. Again, bringing it out, leaving the edge there, and doing the same for the next one, again bringing it out as a second level to this wall, and then filling this in as well round to this corner, and just bringing that then down 1 block, 2 blocks there, and bringing this round as well. So then we repeat the same on the other side, leaving the holes, making sure that we leave the gaps but coming up to these corners. Fill it in, just do that quickly. And then we bring it right the way round here, again leaving these edge pieces because these are going to be walls in a second, and we bring this right the way down here. So there we are going to leave that, but we aren't going to go any further than that at the moment. We're just going to leave that here because I'm going to show you what you can do, what you do in these holes. And what we're going to do is we are going to place, wrong way, we're going to go beneath the ship and place some observers. And what we're going to actually do with these observers is we're going to have 2 observers facing into each other, which will give a constant signal back and forth, and will mean that we get these flashing lights coming through on the bottom of the ship, which is just a nice little touch that you can have. Now, if you are playing on a server and you don't want any lag, you can obviously replace these with whatever you want, but it does give quite a nice little effect there when you are doing that. Now, in these gaps that we've left, we're going to be placing some grindstones, and another one, just this one needs to be another wall and this again is going to be a wall and then a grindstone. So we do the same each time on the two sides, and then bring the walls in right the way through. And we're going to put some of the polished, we're actually going to replace these corner blocks with some polished basalt. Couldn't for the life of me think of what it was called there, just to give again a little bit of something else just poking through the edge. And pretty much apart from that, we bring this right the way through. The last block that we have here is going to have a wall and then a grindstone on it, and we'll do the same on this side. So level with this, we're going to have a grindstone and a wall, and then we'll fill in the rest. So there's going to be a wall there, a block there rather, and then we fill in the walls all the way across. On these iron trapdoors, place some of the diorite walls right the way along, and bring that right the way through on both sides. And then we come over here to the cockpit, and I just realised that there is, because we've got the cockpit on this side, we do need to take those two particular pieces out. And what we then have is 3 of the polished diorite blocks that come out like this to connect up. And what we also have then is we'll continue this birch wood to bring it level with this stair, and then we come back 1 birch wood there as well. So that brings us into the right place. Next we get some of the polished diorite stairs, and upside down stairs we place for 3 blocks here to make the wall of the cockpit itself. And then what we do is with these we need to, and we can place a temporary block, we'll change the direction of it in a second. We need to place some more diorite going out and round the front. So we've got the diorite that goes out 1 block further, then we have got the basalt that fits in that gap, and we place an observer this way facing into the cockpit, so the face is facing out there, like so. Now on the other side we have the stairs, and this time we'll use the basalt as the base and bring these out right the way across. So we've got 6 stairs it should be, and make sure that they're all the right way round. So then we've got the 6 stairs that come round like so. Then on this side we will place a birch stair like so, and a polished diorite just up against it, and then another one diagonally here. Now this then brings us into putting another plank there, and we'll get some of the stairs and just finish this section off. So we put 1 stair going round all the way like that. Moving to the other side of the build now, then we'll bring in some of the polished diorite again and bring this in here, and then around, but we're going to leave this block so that we can just see the birch, so I'll just pop that in now. And also we've got some birch that's going to go here as well, so this is going to be moved by a piston that we're going to place in a little while, but we'll fill in this diorite first. Again, similar to how we did the top part, we'll just bring it in anywhere where it's just away from the wall itself. Here's where the mechanics for the piston is going to be, so again we'll leave that there, and then we'll just bring this round and past the doorway, and then we'll bring it round here and down here and across as far as this section there. The next line just then goes across as far as, actually it goes 1 block fewer, because again we're going to be placing the sleeping area in here, and then 2 blocks down this one comes in and comes right the way across to here, and then connects up, and we then connect this up with the fences, bring this round and fill in this gap, pick that block up and bring it right the way to this side. Now once we've done that, we can fill all of these in, and we can replace some of them if we want later with other other things, but yeah, we bring all of the walls in all of these sections right the way around the edge. To fill in the final side, we come across with 2 blocks here, and then we come down with 2 and bring it right the way over past this entranceway, and then fill this in as well and come across here. But we're going to come across 2, then we're going to leave a block, then we're going to come across and leave another block, and in these we're going to place some walls. Now on the other side opposite, we're going to do the same and then fill this in using these polished diorite slabs, and pretty much we're just then going to fill this entire section in, again leaving some bits for us to connect up the walls, and bringing this across 3 and then 2 and then 1 to finally connect up. And just one last check, I believe that that's everything done on that side. Yep, yes it is. And now we can move to filling in some of the birch. So we've got the birch that's been placed here. We've got 1, 2, 3 birch here, and then a 4th one, leaving a gap behind that wall. We're going to pop a sea lantern in there in a second. We've got 1 more piece of diorite to go there, and then on top of these we've got 3 more, and then place another ladder, and that is all of the diorite placed now. So we pop the sea lantern in there, and then if we come across over here, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to get a sticky piston, and we're going to place that behind the block, and we're going to have a repeater running into that sticky piston, and then we're going to place some of the birch planks on here around like so, and 1 here as well, and then we'll place a lever there, and then basically that is going to be our hidden chest that we can just retract, and we're going to cover this in a second with a trapdoor, because we are going to come all the way around here and bring the trapdoors. We've got 1 more birch plank there, and then bring some trapdoors all the way around the edge of this. So like so, and that we then close those, and yeah, that gives us our hidden mechanism in order to open and hide the chest again. Perfect for smugglers. Now we're going to get the rest of the birch planks in place, so we're going to place the birch planks there and across here on the top of where we had them previously. We're then going to come through to this central section and again place them up in the same location that we had around here. We'll place them right up there as well, and bring these round this section to connect up. We are going to leave those though, because we're going to put something separate, slightly different in that place, and pop that one there, and that is all of the birch planks. Now we have a lot of the birch trapdoors to actually place, so we're going to come in and place all the way along this wall first and foremost, and then right the way here and place 2, 1 there and 1 there. We're actually now at this point going to come in here and place 1 there and shift click on top of it so we can place 2. So we've got a little cubby hole that's in that room. Round on this corner, again placing them on top of the stairs, we're going to bring these all the way round, and also on that last one here, and then in front of these as well, we're going to bring these through, and on these 3 blocks too, and not there we go. Lastly, we're going to cover up these, open those, and put some coming round this corner as well. Then when we come to this section, we've got 1 birch plank, I believe that we need to place next to this, so actually that's supposed to be a birch plank rather than a stair, so we'll just move that, and then that we can place right the way across up until this edge. And doing the same on the other side, we've got some more stairs to place and some birch plank, some trapdoors. So we take these 3 trapdoors across, and then we switch to the stairs and bring this round to connect up. Now the final thing to do, I believe that is actually it, in fact, is just these 2 on this side and this side of the diorite that we have there, and then we'll just fill those 2 in as well. And these also. And what we're also going to do is have one that is going to be placed against this smithing table, and then an upside down stair placed in that gap, and that allows us to get in and out of the gunnery area down beneath. Adding a bit more decoration to the living area now, we have this where we are going to place 2 observers looking into each other, and that is going to power that lamp. We're also going to place a second lamp on the other side that isn't going to be powered, but just for show basically. And then we're going to come next to this on this section here and place another lamp, and that one is going to be in fact going to be powered. So what we're going to do is put in a couple of the blocks there, and we're going to place a button there so that we can actually turn that on and off as we wish basically. Now moving across from that, we are going to get some lodestone. So we're going to place a lodestone here, a lodestone next to this, and a lodestone next to this flashing button here, this flashing light. And then we are going to place a bed in this gap there, and now move on to this seat. So the first thing that we're going to do is shift click and place place a fence gate there, like so that opens up that way. And then we're also gonna, if we close that, we can place a trapdoor against that, and shift click, and that gives us basically the seat. And if we open it the right way, there we go, we've got the seat that we were looking for in this particular area. Now with that seat, I've noticed that there is a birch plank there and a birch plank there that we just missed out previously, but those ones are added in now. And likewise, we have got some more of the diorite that we just placed the other side of that bed. Coming out through into this area, again, we have the we have some more of the iron trapdoors, and we have some more of the birch trapdoors that we place. And then we add, again, the same lever design going this way and opening both of those up. And here on this side, we actually cover all of these bits with some of the birch trapdoors, so that it's a bit more, so it's a bit nicer to look at. Now we're going to decorate this, and again, these can go any components that you like. I'm just going to have a comparator that is then just basically just pointing into a repeater. They don't do anything, again, they're just controls, and then also have a repeater just running this way as well, and just change the tick delay on there so it looks a bit nicer. Then we're going to have some piping and some cabling going just the other side of this, and we're also going to add some cabling just there as well, and that is this section done for this layer. Now we're going to start on the cockpit. So looking at the cockpit next, what we're going to do is we're going to place some polished black stone there on the side, and we're actually going to place some mine carts for people to sit in. So we're going to place a mine cart on a rail on both of these sides. We're going to then open this gate, and let's go and open it from the other side so that it goes the right way. And then we're going to break the rail underneath these mine carts, which will cause them to drop down. Next thing to do is to place a stair where you're actually going to be sitting just in behind that, and then place a piston. When you then put a lever in behind, you can push those into the mine carts themselves, and that means that you will be able to sit on them. And you break the pistons, and just to make sure that nothing moves, you place some carpet behind. So I'm just going to do it for the front ones, but you can do it for both sets if you want. And then you set your second set of seats there just behind it, and then you've got your cockpit. And if you wanted, you can actually then, if you click in the right place at least, without the fences, you can then sit in the minecart and fly the Falcon itself. So once you've done that, then we use some of the carpet here, if we don't break everything, and fill this entire section in with the black carpet, and then that brings us through, means that we've got a nice black transition all the way through here, right the way from the entrance through to the cabin. The final things on this layer are to place an iron trapdoor on top of here for the table, and then we come and we create this seat, and we do that by placing some grey, shift clicking at least, some grey carpet on top, and then we place a trapdoor at the back, so the seat has got a little section there, and we're then going to use some crimson wood facing that way. Coming over here, there is one polished diorite that's missing. Here you could put any banners. I've just put some black banners, but you could put some screens or do whatever you wanted on those banners. It's just to demonstrate where you would put the banners. And here we do exactly the same as we did with the previous, where we just shift click in and create the little seat going on there as well next to this console. So that is now everything for this level, I believe, and time to move on to the next. The next step is we're going to place a couple of lodestones here, and we are then also going to come in here and just place a rail on this. We need to shift click again and place a rail there just for some circuits, because this is the circuitry room. And yet now we've done everything here apart from placing some beds in. So what we'll do is just quickly grab some beds, any colour that you want, but I will go for the grey, I think, and place them on here. So you need to shift click in place on that one, and then there, and again on there, and so that is your little bunk area. Now I'm afraid that's all that we can fit into this first episode, so the check out part 2, which will be coming very, very shortly, or quite possibly is already here, so check that out so that you can see the rest of the build, which will then finish us up with this fantastic Millennium Falcon here. So check out part 2. Make sure that you do subscribe so you don't miss it, or any other future videos. Make sure you leave a like on the video and a comment, that would be most appreciated. And I will see you next time on ADcraft. Bye!